folks. Here we go. That clip, by the way, excellent. Not only the way it's designed and how it's attached, but the way it goes in and out of the pocket is really excellent. Goes in and out of my Carhartts with that thick seam really easily. Love it. Love how it looks too. It's an example of a perfect clip, if I'm being honest. So, the Quiet Carry 9 MagnaCut blade steel. That is between 63 and 64 HRC. Or I think they said between 62 and 64 maybe. I can't remember, but after this test, I am convinced it is done very well. And you will see exactly what I mean as the test goes on. This knife costs right around $330. The OEM, the actual, builder, maker of the knife, is unknown. Quiet Carry has not disclosed that information. But whoever it is, they have done an absolutely killer job on this thing. The fit and finish is really, really, really incredible. Starting with some cardboard. This thing is slicing, baby. Really, really slicing. Due to that full flat grind and that nice broad blade. The blade stock's pretty thin. It's not like super thin behind the edge, a little less than 20 thousandths. But just the fact that the blade stock is thin and that broad full flat grind is really what makes this thing slice really nicely. Not to mention, this is a factory edge, and it came very sharp. Definitely in my top 10 sharpest factory edges that I've seen. It was sticky sharp. And I haven't really cut anything until since I've gotten it, because I wanted to save that nice factory edge for this test. So this is a sort of a straight clip point-ish. So you're going to have to raise your wrist up a bit to get to the tip. And that's one of the downsides of having, belly like this. So as you see, it'll absolutely do well with utility cutting, but you got to raise your wrist up a bit, and it's just less comfortable, and you have less control over the tip that way. So it's not going to be a utility cutting monster. But that's okay with me, because it's really good at pretty much everything else, and I always carry a secondary knife with me. I usually have a slip joint in my pocket as well. So if I'm carrying this knife in my pocket, there's going to be a nice Warnicliffe. But it can still go around turns nicely. Just not as efficient as a Warncliffe or a sheep's foot or something like that with less belly. Moving on. Still have some stickiness to the edge. I'm really interested to see how this MagnaCut is. MagnaCut is edge retention is not MagnaCut's strongest suit. It's very stainless and pretty darn tough, but its edge retention isn't like out of this world good. But it's decent, and really what makes MagnaCut awesome is you're not sacrificing any of the three kind of core elements of a blade steel for any particular other one. Toughness, edge retention, and corrosion resistance. It's pretty good at all of those. Look at how well it sliced that glove, man. This is where the belly is really coming in handy. Just really, really cleanly slicing that glove. Not even needing to pull the edge through. Literally just starting with the tip, rocking back, just downward pressure. That's all is needed. And you're cutting right through this thing like a stick of butter. Rubber tubing. same thing. This is where our belly is going to come in handy. Start with the tip and rock back, and this thing just destroys. It's that nice full flat grind, baby. Excellent, really excellent. I have not noticed a single hot spot so far, as far as ergonomics go. Not a single one. This is a very comfortable knife. Sisal rope. Same thing. With that belly, we're rocking and we're rolling, and we're popping this sisal rope like it's nothing. I mean, really, I haven't cut sisal rope this easily in a little while. Definitely not the last few knives I've tested, that's for sure. It's got to do with the sharpness and that blade shape, man. It's just good for this kind of thing. Action still feels incredible. Let's see where our edge is at now. Very nice. I've definitely tested MagnaCut where at this point it was having a little difficulty with the paper. So that to me is already a really good sign that we're still easily cutting paper at this point in the testing. Let's see how it does with this 2-inch heavy-duty ratchet strap. Having this much belly sometimes makes you slip out of a cut like this sooner than you want to. But let's see what we do. No, not bad. 7/8 of the way, man. Not bad at all. Let's do the second one. Even a little farther, maybe. And this last one, really putting my all into it. And so close, man. Just a dangler left there. That's great. I thought, I thought we'd be slipping out of the cut sooner. But, yeah, did really well. And that's the last of the cutting tests. Let's do our final paper cut and see where we're at after all of the cutting we've done so far. And I'm impressed. I am really happy that this is some good MagnaCut, man. Really happy. Pretty clean cut. I notice a difference, but definitely still cutting the paper. We're going to do a little stropping here to see how the MagnaCut responds to it. Just minimal stropping, just a few strokes on both sides. And we will flip it over, do like 2 over here, 2 per side over here, and then we're done. Usually I do more, but this knife's already sharp, pretty sharp. But, oh my god. Wow. This honestly even feels sharper than it was before we started. Look at that, I'm doing wavies. That was crazy. That was not a lot of stropping either. I'm really, really happy, man. This is some good MagnaCut. Really good. It's not going to hold an edge like Maximet or 15V or something, but it's going to hold an edge real nicely. It's tough as hell, super stainless, and strops back really easily and quickly. So that's perfect. My only minor nitpick is that you can't choke up. And you can, but there's not like a designated spot for you to do it. It only happened like once, I think, but when I was cutting the cardboard, sometimes you kind of slide down into that sharpening choil and get snagged up. You can put your finger right there, and it's honestly not that uncomfortable, but it's not like a designated spot. And they couldn't really make one because that's where the stop pin is, right in there, or where the stop pin lands. So they'd have to redesign some things to make that happen, but I don't know. That would have made this like 100% perfect. But, I mean, honestly, there's so many things I love about this knife that it's not even really a big deal to me. Speaking of the sharpening choil, it's done really well. Really, really, really well. So yeah, I'm in love with this thing. I really, really love it. I mean, I even love it more now that I see how well it cuts and how good this Magna Cut is. So excellent, excellent, excellent. Please like the video before you head out. I would appreciate it. It helps me out. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you soon. Adios.